Which one of the following best describes the organization of the third paragraph of the passage? Organization questions do tend to take a long time. Did anyone find this one challenging? I'm just curious. It's not always the case that they're challenging, but how many people? Yes? Some of us? No? Okay. Anyways, one thing that makes them challenging is that they use abstract descriptions of what's going on, right? So you can, if you want. Now this one is an organization of the third paragraph, whereas most organization questions are organization of the entire passage. So I would consider, of all the question types, saving organization of the entire passage until last. Right? Like you do all the questions and you're like, okay, let me do this organization question. The same tends to be true about analogy questions. We don't have an analogy question in this passage, but analogy questions tend to be hard and take people a long time. So it's like, let's just get everything else out of the way and then tackle those questions, or you may decide to move on from them, depending on how hard you feel they are. But in any case, or the passage, I guess. But let's take a look at this one. What is the organization of the third paragraph? The third paragraph was like, we have two mechanisms. If it's one, something's going to happen. If it's another, something's going to happen. And we think this other situation is more likely, right? So something like that. A, two approaches to a problem are discussed. I don't know if it's a problem, but I guess it's a problem to the bacteria, so I would keep it open. A test that would determine what is more efficient is described. What do you guys think? It's not about efficiency, it's about whether it happens or not. Yes?
Could you characterize the two different arguments as two different approaches to a problem?
Well, I was hesitant about that. It's not how I would describe it, but they are two, it's a problem to the bacteria. So problem is kind of a vague word. I don't know. Like it's something where I'd be like, I don't like this, but I'm not going to say this can't be correct, so I'm out of here. B, two hypotheses are described. Yes. A way of determining which of them is more likely to be true is discussed. Yes, they talked about two if-then statements. If it's one way, this is what's going to happen. If it's another way, this is what's going to happen. And one is said to be more accurate on the basis of experimental evidence. That's exactly what they said in the last sentence. So that's almost certainly the correct answer. I would keep that open. C, two hypotheses are described. The flaws, I would stop there. I didn't see any flaws in them. D, an assertion that a species has adopted two different mechanisms. Have they adopted two? No, it's one or the other, right? So I would stop there. E, an assertion that one mechanism for solving a particular problem is more efficient. Again, efficiency is talked about. We didn't talk about efficiency. Sound good? So it's got to be B.